In this video, I'm talking about something that I know has been on your heart, even if you haven't said it out loud. I'm talking about the difference between what it means to share your gift and to monetize your brilliance. Because the truth of the matter is, your message, that's free. Your heart, also free. Your purpose, free indeed. But the framework that you use to deliver it, the time that you've invested in it, the templates, the step-by-step breakdowns that people keep asking you about, that's not free, and it shouldn't be. Let me tell you how I learned this the hard way. A few years back, I was constantly answering people's questions: how I launched my event, how I built my email list so fast, how I wrote my first book. I was sending people my checklists, my resources. I was even walking them through the process over coffee. And every time they would say, "Wow, you should really charge for this." But I didn't. Why? Because in my mind, I thought this is just me helping people. This is what friends are supposed to do. But here's what really was happening. They were taking my 20 plus years of trial and error and skipping the line. And even though I was happy to do that for them, I was still stuck spinning my wheels, trying to figure out how I would actually fund my own next chapter. That's when I realized I had been conditioned to believe that if it came easy for me, I shouldn't be charging for it. Does that sound familiar? Here's the reframe that I want you to think about. Giving away the message is generosity. Charging for the method is stewardship. When you package your process, your way of doing things into something people can follow, you're not selling your soul, you're selling the shortcut. And psychology tells us something super important. And that is, when people pay, they tend to pay attention. They value it more. They act faster, which means charging is actually a service. It creates commitment. So, how do you know where to draw the line between free and paid? Here's a simple rule that you can follow. Free, your story, your big ideas, your encouragement, your why. Paid is the how. Your step-by-step method, your tools, your done-for-you resources and services. So let's break this down a little further so you can really understand what I'm talking about. Example one, digital products. You know I love to talk about digital products. You can post a video about why midlife is the perfect time to start a business. That's free. But if you create a workbook showing exactly how to brainstorm, how to validate, how to launch your first offer in 30 days, that's paid. In example number two, if you're a coach, you can share tips on time management for busy women over 40. That's free. But if you sit down one-on-one and build a personalized schedule, system, and accountability plan for her, that should be paid. And in example number three, let's say you are a content creator. You can go live and talk about your top 5 Instagram tips. That's free. But a private training where you audit someone's account, you give them custom hooks, and you provide 30-day content plan, that's paid. And I really want you to listen to this and digest it, because this is where so many women in midlife get stuck. We tie our self-worth to giving. We've been applauded for being selfless, nurturing, always available. So when it comes time to charge, it feels like we're taking something away from that. But charging doesn't make you less generous. It makes you sustainable. If you burn out or you go broke because you gave it all away for free, you can't keep showing up for the people that you're called to serve. Think about Red Lobster and all of the free shrimp that they gave away. They ended up going broke. Eventually, they became a success story because they were able to come back from that. But that's a real world example of what happens when you give it all away for free. Here's what research tells us about adult learning. People tend to retain more when they've invested in the outcome. They complete more when they have skin in the game. And they take you more seriously when you take yourself more seriously. So here's what I want you to do after you watch this video. I want you to make a list of all of the questions that people ask you time and time again. And then I want you to circle the ones that require more than a quick answer. These are the ones where you need to walk someone through a process. That is your monetizable brilliance. That's the method that you can package into a paid offer. You don't need to build a 12 module course. You can start with a $27 guide, a 60-minute workshop, even a 4-week group program. The point is, start seeing the value of what you already know. Keep giving away your heart, sis. I love that about you. Keep showing up with purpose, but stop giving away your blueprint for free. If you're ready to package your brilliance into something that people will pay you for, something that funds your next chapter, that's exactly what we're going to work on inside the Framework to Fund It Intensive. Spaces are limited, so make sure you click the link in the description to grab your spot. If you found this video to be helpful in any way, I would really appreciate it if you would like, share, and of course, subscribe. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.